Hey, this is Ace Guillen, and you're here for our holiday special of cover stories. Yeah. Let me do this. He's so short that in high school he got a part in the Christmas play as Jesus during the nativity scene. He's producer and comedian Mike Cano. He wasn't always Mexican. He was just bit by one as a kid. He's comedian Richard Villa. Whenever she gets into the Christmas spirit, we have to call her an Uber. She's my co-host, Melissa Greenberg. This bud's for you. Seen here, Matt Goodman turned 21 and had his first beer with his deceased father. That's right. His father, John Goodman, died 6 years ago, but left him $10 for his 21st birthday to buy his first beer. But wait, there's more. When the story went viral, the king of beers caught wind of it and sent the Goodmans cases of Budweiser. Matt is now currently serving 6 months for public intoxication, and we actually we obtained a clip here of Matt's dad, John Goodman, giving him a little fatherly advice on drinking. Let's take a look at that clip here.
You drink? I don't remember if you drink. Of course, there's drink and drink. I drink, but I haven't been drunk since Reagan was president. I got a DUI, and in jail, I actually fell down and pissed my pants. You don't need to do that twice. I tell you this so you'll know everybody's been there.
Everybody's been there.
Once. If you're there twice, having been there once, I can't help you.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So that was. So everyone
creepy,
gets.
Bro. There's a lot of movies. You went with the creepiest one.
Yeah, I know. No, I could have gone with the other one. What was it? Where what's it called? Where he's living in the bunker.
Old school with King Ralph, bro. He's drinking beers in there all the time.
Oh yeah. No, I the other one that I kept looking at was the one. What is that one with the where he's living in the bunker with the girl and he holds her hostage?
Cloverfield.
Yeah, because I was gonna use the clip where he's like, "After all I've done for you, and this is how you repay me." He's all psycho. So yeah,
but he left him $10. The only thing my dad left me was diabetes. You know what I mean? That is fucked up. That's the only thing I got from him. The doctor told me too. You got it from your dad. You got him from eating a lot of shit.
So what you're saying, Richard, is that you drink Bud Light? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I do. No, I'm Modelo, brother. Modelo. Budweiser, Modelo.
So, you know what, Melissa, we do a lot of these types of stories. Last week, it was the Nerf kid that Nerf contacted him and sent him a shitload of Nerf. And then the Ocean Spray guy. And now this dude is the Budweiser bro, I guess we can call him. What is the deal with all these... what do we
placement bitches?
Yeah. So are you gonna? I hate to be dirty, but we were being vulgar off air. Are you gonna be like the maxi pad lady, or like?
What the?
I'm 52, so
oh, okay.
Probably not for a long time. I mean,
so chocolate maybe.
Chocolate, coffee.
Yeah. There you go, coffee.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't get a cup of coffee to save my life. That really expensive brand that everybody likes so much. I'm so disappointed, right? And they can just make it rain. I wouldn't want to be having maxi pads rain on me.
It is pretty temporary, isn't it?
No. But coffee you can drink forever.
Right.
I like the fact that he only gave him $10. He was like, "Look, bro, I'm gonna buy you a beer, but I'm not gonna get you wasted. Okay? I'm not leaving enough money for a DUI lawyer $10. That's not even a top shelf drink. That's like keep it low, keep it cheap, go to a pizza parlor and order a beer.
I guarantee you, if you would have really analyzed that $10 bill, it has cocaine residue from the 80s. I swear to you. I think he was snorting coke and he thought of the idea going, you know what? Fuck it. These $10 are for my kid when he turns 21. Where's my other kid? Where's your sister? Go get her. Because that's who gave him the $10, right? The sister I read the story.
Yeah, the sister and the mom.
Was holding on to the $10. Like, if it was me, my dad is dead, I would have told my brother, fuck, dude, he left you nothing. He left you I would have spent those $10 right away.
Dude, you're kind of nailing it on the head with this one though, because I was thinking to myself, what if it wasn't $10? What if the dad left him like $100 and the sister spent 90? Like, she's like, dad left
him $10,000.
Yes, exactly, $10,000. There's $10 left, and she put a little story around it that nobody's gonna question because it was between her and her dad before he died.
And that makes sense if you listen to the way she talks, right? You guys hear the way she talks? Oh my God, like he totally left him a $10 bill, and that's totally like my dad. Like he bought me a car and he saved him a beer. It's totally like that.
Hey, Mike. So I know your dad, and like not only does he seem like the kind of guy that would buy you a drink from the afterlife, but at a show, he bought me a drink one time while you were on stage. And then I realized he was getting free drinks because he was your dad at the venue. So it really didn't cost him anything.
That's what happens when you bring your dad back to the green room and say, hey, Dad, enjoy a beer. He's like, I'm going to start buying them for everybody. Boom, boom, bam. I'm going to pay for my buffalo wings that night.
My dad, when I was 10, my dad put a line of Coke in front of me. He said, here you go, mijo. You want Coke? Here it is. Look, at 10, I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at. But my dad was so coked out. He was like, go ahead, hit it. I don't want you trying to get Coke out there. If you need Coke, here's your dad to give you Coke. And I'm 10 going like, fuck, I don't even know how to do this shit. And I just stared at him. Now I'm 42. I wish my dad was here. I wish my dad was here.
If he was here, he would have been locked.
I would be looking for that fucking line of Coke. That was my line.
Wow.
It's like just some dads have it one way, some kids have it the other. Me, it was a line of Coke when I was 10, and I was like, I'm sorry, Dad, I'm good. I'm just glad he got the fucking $10 bill.
You know, that meant a lot to him, that present. And he said it was like the best present he ever got.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Richard still. I was all like, yeah, apparently he did. He still wants to do Coke. No, so, but it did mean a lot to him. Go ahead. I know where you're going with this a little bit, but yeah, go ahead. Because you've stressed some daddy issues on this show several times before.
Look, it was nice that he got that. And my dad passed a few years ago, and they asked me, you know, what I would have wanted, and I said, "Oh, his approval."
Yeah, you should have got a line of Coke. You don't need it if you have Coke.
Daddy. Did you guys ever
creepier? Did you see the venue he was in? Did you see his picture where he's drinking? It looked like a Chuck E. Cheese in the back, man. I swear to God, is that where you're gonna pick your first beer ever?
Like that's the only bar he knows, bro.
He's still here.
They gave him bail money. Dad left him bail money. How great would that be if his dad left him a series of like checkpoints? Like all of a sudden he's locked up and they're like, Dad left you this bail money.
That would have been a great present if your dad leaves you a prepaid lawyer and an open bar and 10 grand until you have one day out of your life. At the end of the day, those 10 grand need to be gone. You have a prepaid lawyer. There's nothing you cannot do. Go crazy.
Yes, I love you. The borracho version.
Exactly. Imagine you go to Vegas.
Like gift cards for lawyers. You know,
that wouldn't be a bad idea for gangsters, right? Like you have a family member, you go here.
You never know when you're going to need a lawyer, so you get one of those practices that has someone has personal injury, someone has a DUI, someone has contracts or something.
It's basically an IOU for.
No.
That's a real thing, just so you guys know.
I was just gonna say you can get a prepaid lawyer, because I remember in college there was a lot of people that were trying to get involved in that job, and like they were trying to sell it to each other in school. It's like, dude, we're in freaking college. No one here needs a prepaid lawyer. We need money for our alcohol now, and like, yeah.
Exactly. But if you're a gangster, if you're a thug, the holiday seasons are here. You know your brother's not worth shit. Why not get him a year's subscription to a lawyer where he can call and say, "Hey man, I just robbed the liquor store. What are the penalties?" He needs information. He needs to know where his parole is. All that stuff. I think that's a good thing to give to the holidays. I don't think people are thinking about this.
Right.
How about prepaid hookers?
People are doing actionable stuff. People not wearing masks, getting thrown off planes. If they'd have had a prepaid lawyer, they could have gotten out.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in California is getting out anyways, so boo.
Yeah, the higher the crime, the more you're free, to be honest. Like if you commit like a respectable crime, like go to work, you go to jail for like at least a month. But then if you rob a liquor store, don't do it again. And so okay, so we're going to move on to some world news here. We got some news stories that we have no idea what Melissa is bringing to the table, but this is a little segment we call Express News from Around the World, Espresso News with Melissa Greenberg.
All right, this one comes from Finland. And it is: famous fish that ate all his friends gets cheered up by 16th birthday party. Birthday celebration helps sad grouper Miko turn that frown upside down. I know this story sounds fishy, but a grumpy-faced grouper named Miko was more down in the mouth than usual after the facility temporarily closed to the public due to the coronavirus pandemic, so they threw him a birthday party. Apparently, he missed seeing human visitors at the Sea Life Helsinki Sea Lab Ocean Laboratory because he had no fish companions in his tank due to the fact that he wouldn't stop eating them. Apparently, fish get depression, and I don't know how they notice, but
are you eating other children's lunches? Spit it out! Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. So I'm just thinking of all these Asian buffets. They always have an aquarium. Is that happening to all these fucking Asian buffets? Because every time I would walk in, you would wait and you would have fishes. So I'm thinking, did they move out, or because they can't do buffets right now because of the pandemic? Those are the first restaurants that are out.
Yeah.
Right.
They're eating each other right now. I'm gonna go peek through the window just at the hometown buffet here.
Right?
I like that this
food though. I mean, this guy worked at a Helsinki aquarium. How many friends would he really have, even when COVID isn't here? Let's be honest.
Well, he's depressed because
he kept eating them. Nobody's feeding these fishes. That's what she's saying.
Right.
So it's like we live in a house, and I eat everybody that lives with me.
All your roommates.
And then I'm like, oh shit, I have no friends. No, because I ate my friends. Like I shouldn't have ate them.
Yeah, he's this guy's a badass. He apparently they thought he was depressed because when people stopped coming to visit, he seemed more still and distant than usual. I would love to have that much attention. Like, oh, she seems a little, you okay? So, I don't know. But they gave him a salmon cake, fish cake, and they brushed him with a soft brush to activate him a bit. But they had to anesthetize him because in 2019, he snatched the brush from the keeper's hand and swallowed it. This guy just eats stuff.
I thought you were talking about an actual dude. You kept saying this guy. I'm like, what the hell is
No, she's talking about a fish.
A fish.
And that fish keeps eating. And the reason he's lonely is because there's no people. And the fish that were in the tank, if I'm correct, he kept eating the smaller fishes, right? That were in the tank.
That was an excellent translation by a Mexican guy in English to another Mexican guy.
Yes. He described that as the pescador.
Pescador.
No,
So-
it's the pescado. The
So
pescado
this
was eating other pescados.
So this is the version of Stanley Kubrick's Finding Nemo, right?
Yeah, finding them and eating them. But apparently, the biologists say that the fish do exhibit signs of depression. And like these fish can eat things like sharks and poisonous fish and stuff. They eat all kinds of stuff.
But was a custodian listening to The Cure extra loud as they were cleaning? Is that what was going on?
What?
But don't they say that fishes forget everything in 8 seconds?
Hours for this.
Right? Yeah, they go, oh shit, what's your name? You're like, what the fuck? I just told you 8 seconds ago. they
He
forget.
forgot to
So
stop eating his roommates.
They need some upbeat fish music like Hootie and the Blowfish.
I don't
Okay.
care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray, and Wednesday too. See, now you have the Cure in my head, dude. Oh, you want Hootie and the Blowfish? Tell the dolphins made me cry. That they suck. Okay. So let me see that. Let me see that pretty little fish again.
Okay.
This little beast mode fish.
My beast mode fish. My printer wasn't happy with it.
Shark bait. Hoo ha ha. Look at him.
That
dude.
printer looks like it had a dial-up connection.
I know. I was trying to.
did the fish eat it? Did the fish eat the printer? And spit out the phone?
We're gonna get you a new ink package for Christmas. That's what we're all gonna pitch in and get you.
You gotta shake him up.
We gotta
Rupert.
squeeze the octopus to get some ink for your printer there. Oh, let's see. I worked in a. Yeah, that was very technical.
Yeah, it was fish
It was-
fish puns, and I thought, no, I better not.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Got that reaction on my father's approval.
How dare you?
There you go. Oh,
Okay, moving on.
okay.
Chinese men perform in iron crotch kung fu competitions. This painful-looking tradition is as exactly as bad as it sounds if you're a guy, that is. They've been practicing this technique for about a half a century. The guy that founded it has, or that has been practicing it and teaching it, has 2 children, so he's reproduced that. Well, that's what he thinks. And he insists that with correct methods and sufficient practice, it won't hurt or affect fertility. It's a style of kung fu, and they've adapted a log device to kind of smash them in the nuts. And previously, before they had this technique that they made, they would just kick them and punch them and use bricks and sticks and stuff. So this is a picture of.
Yeah. And what's the purpose of this again?
Right? Well, interestingly, it's
Balls of
losing
steel.
followers.
Huh?
There were 200 people practicing it in the world, and now there's like 20 people.
Well, yeah, because it's a shitty fucking practice. I mean, I understand those back in the day you had nothing to do. You understand? We had no cell phones. We had no TV. We were tired of fucking listening to our wives fucking nag. We had no balls. We had no sports. We were just in a fucking cave going like, man, I'd rather get my nuts slammed with my buddy and tell her I'm going to go do a sport than listen to you. I'll be back, honey. I'm going to go get my nuts slammed.
Well, that's why they have the competition to get people. Like, I don't know how that's a marketing technique, but apparently that's helping them get new practitioners. And these techniques have been historically a fiercely guarded secret. So I guess you just go off in the woods with your kung fu masters and just get your nuts bashed in. But apparently,
Who was the first guy to say, you know what? I do have one week, one opening. Let's go through a couple hundred people until we perfect this technique.
right?
And the nuts. Oh.
But these competitions have helped gain new students in cities across the country. This is China.
Can you imagine a guy walking in, Master, I found a cup. We no longer have a weakness. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
that is weak. That is weak.
Can you imagine
on the chopsticks when we got forks? It's the same.
They have breathing techniques associated with this kung fu that have been practiced for the past 300 years.
Show me wax the balls.
Yeah, you know what? I've heard of that. I've actually heard of that.
I've seen
bring it up. It was invented by a guy named Hung Lo.
Of course,
Down low hole, man.
yeah,
The Wong way to do it.
This style encompasses scores of attack techniques as well as resisting pressure, pain, or hits to other sensitive areas. So they also have iron throat, iron head, iron chest, and iron back as well.
I have iron bullets. How about that? That's just.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure this practice survives. You don't see women doing this. You know,
I've seen
We'll get stuck.
I've seen
What's the point? Are you a circus act? Are you a bar performer? I mean, I get it. If you're Gallagher and you have your fucking slash hammers, you're gonna slash your nuts into the watermelon. I get why you practice, but you just work as a construction worker. You know what I mean? Like, you're not nailing shit with your nut sacks. You know what I mean? Like, what's the purpose of you preparing it for one day that somebody might show up? You're gonna stretch your legs and go ahead.
Maybe it is a Gallagher act, like you said, dude.
Yeah. No, they actually like they show how they can like pull things with it and
what their scrotum.
Yeah. I kind of went down the rabbit hole on this one, and
all pun intended.
Yeah, it's this mastery is gained by taking hits to the body's weakest points while using the breathing techniques, but they do things like, like pull a truck with it or something to just. Yeah, you Google this.
Talk about AAA. Damn.
AAA.
Women would not do this. Just like, hey, kick me in the box one time. Just why?
I've seen these videos before in the past, though. I have actually seen this before, and I've watched these people just kick repeatedly, and then there'll be a guy just standing there like just taking every single shot to the groin, and like it's weird to me because I always wondered if what is their Achilles heel? Like if you got into a bar fight with this guy and like you're just like you get into a bar fight with this guy, and then all of a sudden like you're just like he's like come on, he's like I dare you, kick me in the balls, and then you're just kicking him repeatedly and nothing's happening, but then it's like
don't pull on my neck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but he's ticklish or something. Yeah, it's just like, but like why? Like it's weird. Mike, I just saw you post a picture of it when the guy gets you in like a chokehold or something, and you get him in a what was it? Yeah, or you stick your finger in his butthole.
You give him that razzle dazzle in the
back.
razzle
dazzle. That's what you said.
That way, we're both going to be sore. And if he kills you, you got DNA under your fingernails.
Oh God!
Man.
Touche.
Literally.
Well, did you see the mugger in Mexico? There was a guy getting mugged, and all these other guys jumped him. And they're trying to hold him down for the cops to get there. And everybody's punching him and everything. And one of the guys just pulls down his pants and goes, and really, that's what Cano was saying.
Wow.
He puts it on his butt. The guy hits the floor and they subdued him. They tie him up. But it was because he poked him in the butt.
What goes on in that guy's house? Like, there's something wrong.
I don't know if it's going to become a new move. I don't know if it's going to be trending, but it happened in Mexico City.
Clean your room. Okay.
Don't you? Huh?
Go
clean your room. Go clean your room.
It'll be called the proctologist or some stupid weird name. Wrecked him. It killed him.
Did he clean his room? No, he didn't. No, look. Smell that.
What happens when you get in a fight with the proctologist? Do what you know. Use all the weapons you got.
Proctor. What was that from? Police Academy?
Got big guy.
I don't know how to throw a punch, but I know how to throw these two fingers.
Whoa.
How'd you get pink eye in both eyes?
I don't know karate, but I know kakaka. Yeah. Yeah. So cool. So we got fins from Finland and balls of steel. Like, yeah, good. Did you have any more, or is that
no? You usually limit me to 2. I got another
I do.
One,
do you have a bonus one? Everyone's kind of into this right now, so I don't want to.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Don't stop the music.
It was slow in the world, but I found something.
Okay.
World's ugliest orchid looks like a soul-sucking eyeless worm. So they have found the world's ugliest orchid. I'm trying to put this in
Feed me, Seymour. Does it look like a mouth? It looks like the predator face from what I could see.
It's like a nasty. Look at that. Like, oh my God.
That's what you train your crotch for.
Find it on the lower back of an Inland Empire chick.
Does it smell?
That's not
the flower that smells, right?
This is in Madagascar. Gastrodio agnescellus.
You got to move it. You got to move it.
Its small flowers are a mottled brown, and it resembles a moldy paper bag or maybe an eyeless worm-like head with a mouth gaping and a silent scream, or to consume your soul. And they've called it the ugliest orchid in the world by the Royal Botanical Gardens in the United Kingdom. That's, I guess, your judges and things.
The Royal Botanical.
And it's kind of perfect, right?
What an ugly flower.
This is the world's
I'm not a weed.
And it's some chick from Wisconsin that has a fucking YouTube page. That's it. She named it.
Some hippie's backyard, dude.
Is it not appropriate that they found this in 2020? Mm-hmm. Like, really? This is like the year's flower. Well,
it's rare, right? It's rare. It's unique.
Yeah. There's it's
What's
rare.
It called?
It's like watching America's Got Talent, and this really ugly dude comes out to the stage.
Yeah,
he looks like a disgusting fat dude with no teeth and has a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Everybody goes, what are we gonna do with this thing?
Yeah.
What are we gonna
do,
do?
guys? Come on.
Hey, what kind of flower? What is it called again? What's the whole name?
It's called. Oh crap! I just moved the page. It's called the Gastrodia agnacelis.
Gastrodia agnacelis. That's like a girl named Olga. Sounds nasty,
right?
Gastrodia. The gastro problems, like part of the intestine.
Yeah, can I get
decaying leaf litter for most of its life cycle and is nourished by fungus. Yeah.
And were they looking for shrooms when they found it?
I don't know what they were looking for, but they found it and they said it's got a noticeable musk rose-like scent. And I don't know what a musk rose sounds like.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've been with the rose and they smell musty. So got you right there.
Hey, I'll take a dozen gastrodials. They're like that.
It's not like they found a new species of pineapple though. It's like this is perfect for 2020.
Sir, these flowers are ugly. Oh, you haven't seen my wife. Yeah. So
I want to show her beauty. There you go, sir. That's how beautiful she is.
That is, I mean, seriously, could you imagine a bouquet of this? When you really care, send somebody this.
You want your money back. Hey, these are dead. These are dead.
They're screaming.
They're part of the edible arrangements, and then they eat everyone else. Yeah, they eat the edibles. They eat everything around it. Okay.
I'm glad I packed a spare for you guys.
Yeah, no, thanks. I was feeling it this week. We don't really have a time restriction this week, so we're good. Okay, so this was Espresso News with Melissa Greenberg. Well, apparently now we know what powers Rudolph's red nose. This Sacramento Santa attempted to spread holiday cheer by showering candy canes on children. Instead, he showered them with sparks. When this paraglider's sleigh got caught in some power lines shortly after takeoff, drugs and alcohol have not been ruled out due to the factors such as the man dressing as Santa and riding around in a paraglider in a foggy morning with his sleigh. Oh, when his sleigh was forced into the side of some power lines. Now, the pilot of this electrical sleigh was later seen in public transportation, and I believe we have a clip of him here. Wow. Okay, then. Let's see.
I've eaten pizza like that before. I've eaten pizza like that.
I was just about to say that is every comic after virtually every show. That was me at the end of every single cruise ship show. I was just chilling out by myself somewhere in the back of the ship eating that disgusting pizza. So this
guy was almost an American hero. This happened in Sacramento. He was going to Newsom's house. This was a real protester right here. And
he was protesting,
man.
Was he a protest? Was he a protester?
No,
he was delivering, like he was gonna go do something nice for the kids, right? Or
he wanted to shower them with candy canes. That was his goal.
You know
That
what?
was
Instead, they saw him almost die.
Right? That's it.
Remember the episode? Hey, wait, Melissa, did you ever watch Married to Children? I know these guys did. Did you ever? Do you remember the Christmas
Why,
episode?
is this because I'm old? Is that why you think I wouldn't have watched it? I watched
No,
it.
it's because you're no, it's because you're a deprived housewife. No, just kidding. No, ow, no. Do you remember the episode, the Christmas episode, with where Santa was gonna parachute down into the mall, and instead his chute didn't open, and he fell into their backyard,
And he dies right there in their backyard.
so they all witnessed Santa die.
And they give him a shopping spree to make it better.
No, you don't remember that episode?
You don't remember?
No.
The kids told them, "You killed Santa." They told Al Bundy, "You killed Santa."
So he had to dress up as Santa to
Exactly.
appease all the children, and they all just started mocking him, heckling him.
But that's what happens when you tell people stay home. You understand?
Yes.
If I knew I had shit to do tomorrow, I would never get on a stupid thing like that and try to do something stupid like that.
Oh my
but when
God.
you're at home going like, I don't got a job, so all right.
You're
Might as well
right.
throw
Crazy
myself
white
out
dude
of the
stuff,
plane.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Richard, this is exactly what happens. You get fish that eat themselves. You get people dressing up as Santa thinking they can fly a paraglider. And then you get, what was the first? No, not that one. You get people
flowers.
you get people slamming their own testicles, like out of boredom. This is what
Out of
happens
boredom.
when everyone's
And they're
trapped inside.
confused why they can't sign up more people to do it.
Right.
All the other extreme sports are closed right now, man. Everything's
Yeah.
closed.
Now, if he would have been successful and would have got 1 million likes on Instagram, a million other people would have bought the same paraglide little motorized thing that he had and start doing it all over the city, dude. If he was successful, but because he failed, I bet you there was 300, 400 people going, I was going to try that, man.
Melissa.
These are the times we live in. Like everybody's like just a little bit woke, so they're all trying stuff out, like kombucha in beer and the hipster stuff. My
Right.
kids, here, perfect example. Like you're like, oh, isn't that nice? He's gonna throw candy canes down at the kids, and my kids are like, candy canes? That has corn syrup in it. Ew.
Yeah, like who eats candy cane?
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Kids know it's just candy, but like my kids are like, no, we saw a video in school and that's got corn syrup and that'll kill you. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, where the fuck? Why didn't anybody tell me when I was a kid?
You were getting cocaine from your
Yeah,
dad.
I was just gonna say.
He was like, he never said if you need corn syrup, come to me. He's like, oh, where the fuck do I
Mike,
get
did you
nutritious foods?
Mike, did you hear that once this story went viral, Southern California Edison decided to send him 50,000 volts of electricity?
They would, huh? They would say it's the fires. The fault is for the fires is the paragliders. So we're gonna cut everybody's power.
Right?
Discount the paragliders.
I get a text an hour for that stuff. Do you? Like every hour I get a text, oh, weather conditions, we might have to cut off your electricity.
Just you. All your lights are out, all your neighbors' lights are on.
Your zip code, but yeah, just you.
But
But
it's supposed to be rotating power outages. It just keeps rotating on my block.
Right?
No, bro, you're not paying the bill. You got to pay the bill.
Well, they don't send you a text first. They just turn it off and let you worry about it.
Hey, Richard, let's be honest. This guy wasn't, he wasn't trying to do something. He was a tweaker. Like Sacramento.
Oh, definitely. Sacramento. Where did he get
Homemade
that
sled.
little paraglider? That's how you transport illegal weapons. I've seen Sons of Anarchy. I've seen Mayan. I know what's going on. He was probably one of those guys. What are you doing out there? Just flying around Sacramento with one
He
of those.
was a coyote. That would have been great. Oh, that would have been awesome if he was a coyote and his reindeer were a bunch of
Exactly,
Mexicans
bro.
that he was sneaking over.
Hey, they're not detected by the radar.
He's all just keep going like this in the air. Melissa, is this an example, though, of, let's say he's being genuine, is this an example of no good deed going unpunished?
Oh, exactly. Right?
Like, what if he's the sweetest guy and
But like Melissa said, who the hell wants candy cane? That's his own thing. You know what I mean?
American Dental Association.
Throw out gift cards to Amazon and Best Buy. Throw out those gift cards. I bet you those kids will appreciate those. Why are you throwing out candy cane?
How did he not know? Like, how do you not take that into consideration? Power lines. Like, if he's obviously done this before, flown around.
Has he?
And just go, you know what? I'm going to order a drone and hook myself up to it and drop myself off over here. Like, how did people know to be watching for him?
I don't think he did. I think he was going to order it off Amazon, but there was a wait, so he ordered it off Wish, and then that one just went straight into the power line.
That explains. Well, then why isn't there like a dildo hanging off of it or something? Everything that like my Wish.
There was, but it fell. But okay.
What do you think the red light blinking in the front?
They were just curves. They were just curved.
For the season, because that's all they could.
They were curved.
It was about time.
Like, you have a Wish feed? I haven't seen one in a while, but like I was sharing them because I was like, I don't even know what some of that stuff did, but it was like rubber and freaky.
Some of those
they just look at what you buy and they give you what you want to see. That's all.
No.
Even when you go put on that incognito tab, they know what you're doing.
They're like, we noticed you ordered Iron Man. Maybe you'd be interested in this vagina.
Like, Iron Crotch, the home version. You know, it's like a little abacus. You know, and you kind of set it up in your house.
But you've never seen that app, the Wish, and go and look at some of the products and go, maybe. Like you know what I mean? Like, I see some of the things where you can actually go to a tailgating party and not have to go to the bathroom. You can just pee standing up and it goes to a side bag and it's connected to your penis.
Yeah,
and I was like,
99-cent store online because all that stuff.
Yes, and that was
quality.
Would it work? I'm thinking if I never have to go take a piss while I'm at a tailgating game, my wife said, "You're disgusting. You buy that, I'll leave you." That's nasty.
It's funny you say that though, because like I used to always shit on infomercials. Like at night, I would see infomercials. I'm like, this is like, who buys this dumbass shit? And then you get to an age. There's a marker point in time where I was watching. I'm not even making this shit up, dude. I was watching an infomercial one night and I stopped on it. Like I was flipping and I stopped on it, and it was for so when you take your condiments, like your ketchup and mustard and everything, and you can leave them upside down, and it was a holder so that you could just leave it like just like this, and then it would stay in the holder like this, so you could keep it on your countertop. I was like, yeah, you know what? I think I would order it. And I'm like, for 4 easy payments, maybe count me. And then I started thinking, like, what the hell's the matter with me? like
my late night infomercial. For like 1-800 prepaid lawyer card.
Bro, you're so lazy you can't do this.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Like, fuck, come on, bro.
That's what happens.
Not that. It's the
it does it for
the juice goes to the top, and you turn it upside down, and the juice comes skeeting out.
Ketchup water.
And it gets all over your stuff.
That little mustard. That weird mustard pre-cum. Yeah.
It's gross.
Or you know what else it gets to is like with the mustard is like it gets that crusty layer right on the top, and then when you go to, it's just like a weird like a scab or something. You just flick it.
Yeah,
it is a scab. You see it like, even at Costco in those places hanging off the.
It's a mustard scab.
Want a hot dog?
I know, right? Good. A curvy one that has been beaten to a pulp. I can only imagine those guys. I'm still on that thing. I can only imagine those guys just developed callus on their nuts, dude. Like, that's insane.
What about the mustard? Take out, like, you know what I mean? Some messed up hammer toe. Where'd you get the hammer toe from? Kicking balls all my life.
Oh my God.
Do they have a designated
use it though? Is it like a party thing? Do they go to parties and go, hey, you know that guy? What? He can take a kick in the balls. Like, is it a thing? Do people know you? Do you share it on Facebook? Is it on your top profile on Instagram? Like you getting slammed on the nuts?
That's his closer, dude. Is
that his closer?
His closer.
Do you fear a man because he get take a punch in the nuts? Is that a thing?
I want the Asians to draft an NFL pick from Asia. That's what I want. NFL team draft a kicker from Asia that was just sitting there kicking those balls all his life, and his just got perfect technique and aim. He's used to these little balls, so he could definitely kick this big old ball.
I can imagine Bruce Lee teaching in class. He's like, the basic fundamental of getting your balls kicked is breathing. Exhale, inhale. Always remember.
You probably get good at that, like on the first lesson.
Like,
yeah, you kind of go, I got this.
I was gonna say that's a talent that you know you have already. Like if you've been kicked once and you're like, hey, I took that like a champ. You just know.
Mom, think about it though. You've been training for 10 years, and they tell you to get the black belt, you must now pass the final test. And you're like, oh, fuck this, I'm out. Like 10 years wasted in my life. I can't get a black belt until I get my nuts smashed.
He's all, can you snatch the pebble from my hand, grasshopper? He's like, I'd rather you just kick me in my balls.
Why don't you teach him how to dodge as opposed to just stand there and take all the strokes?
Yeah, why don't you teach you how to close my legs so he can smash his foot on my knee? That's a better technique. Get out! Get out!
He's all like this. He's all,
hey, I want you to kick me in my balls.
Yeah. So.
Right, but like, how do you pass that class? Like, is it just A or F, or like if you kind of felt it, do you get a B?
Yeah, I know, right?
That is true.
You can flex him in his pants like chest muscles. If you can just see him flapping up and down, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Now, is that assault though by the teacher? Because if he kicks a kid in the nuts,
I am the Sperminator. He's like indestructible.
They start young by flicking.
You're such
a hey, look, pop.
No, they have that log thing, so it's like they just log go, boom.
You know what though? I think it has to do with Asian men's feet being small and soft, because that's not one of those things that has transitioned over to other states and races and places. I've never seen.
Where I thought you were going with that at all.
I've never seen anyone.
Wait, but how swollen does it look afterwards though? There you go. You get one of those, but then afterwards, how swollen does it look, and how long does it last? That swollen?
How swole can you go? How
exactly.
Swole
so girls go through pain to look beautiful. They get Botox. They get nose jobs. Guys do it too, but the majority of girls will get boob jobs. What if this guy gets slammed down there? Their package swells up, and now he's going to the showers, and all the Asian men look at him and go, oh, look at him. Look at his big balls. Look at his big everything. They're like, oh, shit. They don't know. They practice the art of ball smashing.
She's got big balls, but we've got the biggest balls of them all. Yeah, okay, sorry.
No, I would go to the RuPaul school of tuck it and like just, the breathing technique that sucks them inside so you miss them completely.
Work. All my musical cues are on fire today. Name anything.
I'm glad you can hear them.
Where? No, it's all in my head. Got the music in my head. All right.
So is this whole show.
This really is. This is my imagination happening. None of this is real. Yeah.
He's gonna eat all his friends.
So what are you guys gonna do with your $600?
Lotto tickets, man. I buy those like stock options.
You know what? I didn't think of that. I was gonna buy a tricycle, but no, a big boy tricycle. They sell them now. They'll custom make them for you.
I like how now they're rumoring that they want to give us 2,000. I'm like, why stop there? Just give us fucking 88 grand. Fuck it, just keep going. It's $1 million for everybody. Who's counting? Who gives a shit anymore, dude?
We just print the money.
I was just gonna say, like, it's like your credit cards when you just like when you find out you've almost maxed out your card and you're fucked, and then all of a sudden the like Kohl's or Best Buy goes, "Well, would you like to increase your credit line?" You're like, "Fuck it, yeah, sure, go right, do it, man. I need the money."
That's up when they have you put your own income. Yeah, bajillionaire. That's what I am.
Yeah, exactly. I always put that I make $1 a year. Whenever they ask me, I always put $1 a year, and I get shocked when they approve me for. I'm like, fucking $1, dude. They're like, well, you're being honest.
For 300 years.
Yeah.
Can you imagine years from now? Yeah, Ace, we have a video of you on a podcast saying that you actually lie.
You make $5 a year, and you owe us $4.
Spending all this time at home allows you to watch TV all fucking day long. There's nothing else to do, right? We can't get the fuck out. We have to stay inside. We have to stay safe. So you start watching all these shows and you start getting paranoid. The government is watching. Who Big Brother is. Your Alexa is listening to you. You know that? And I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome. So when I kill my wife, Alexa knows exactly why I did it. Alexa, you heard it all. Tell her why I killed her.
You're right. You get trapped in the house, and then Alexa's listening, but your kids don't listen. And it's a topsy-turvy world, man.
Did you notice, like right when it all started happening, like the utility companies were like, "Hey, we understand if you need more time to pay, and we're not just cutting people's service off," because they'd be cutting everybody's service off.
Right.
And like there was a rent moratorium. People like, okay, you can't get evicted, but the cable company. Like,
oh, they were assholes.
No, they were like, not only are we like not going to help you out, like even my car insurance, like they were giving money back. They're like, you're not driving. Yeah. We know you're not driving. Like one tank of gas lasted me like 5 months, and they were like, no, here's a bunch of money back. But the cable company, they're like, no, we know you're trapped in the house. Why?
Netflix went up 13 something.
Yep. That's right.
I remember when Netflix was $7.
Right. Now, what is it, like 12?
13 something. Like, yeah, they just told you starting January 1st, $13.75 or something like that a month.
And they're like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Well, you want to see Chappelle, don't you? If you want to see Chappelle, you better pay $13.75.
They want
Alexa's listening right now.
You got to be on the phone with customer service, just like Chris Rock. Like, come on, man, I only want to watch Witcher, man. How about you just let me watch it for $2? I want to thank my guests this week, Mike Cano, Richard Villa, and of course, my very lovely co-host, Melissa Greenberg. My name's Ace Guillen, and this is Cover Stories.